How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Kim Kardashian being a freedom fighter yet again. And yes, that Kim Kardashian, Kanye West's wife from Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the reality star, that same Kim Kardashian is a freedom fighter and has proven herself yet again. Her most recent case of freeing somebody from the penitentiary was a guy by the name of Jeffrey from Miami. I don't know his last name. I don't know much about him. All that I do know is that they said he was in jail on a low-level drug offense and he had a life sentence. Now, there could have been a prior record. There could have been more things in that particular case that got him in jail, but it doesn't really matter. He had been in jail for over 20 years, I think 22 years, and Kim Kardashian was able to provide him with a legal team that worked to get him out of jail, and now he's home back to his family. So that is a beautiful thing. Kim Kardashian is a freedom fighter. She got Anne-Marie Johnson freed a little while ago. I did a video about that. It was this whole big thing where she went to the White House, met with Trump, and people were trying to dog her and trash her in Hollywood, talking about how can you meet with this man, this orange disaster, orange man bad, this, that, and the third. But I've never really heard her say anything positive or negative about him. It's not even about that. It's not even about how she may feel about him. She may love him. She may hate him. She may be indifferent. That's really irrelevant. The point is that she went to the White House and talked to the man that has the power to get these things done. If you are a celebrity, if you are someone that is given an open invitation to come to the White House, why not utilize it for what you want to get done? Too many of us complain about these things. We don't want to do what's needed to make something happen. All right. We say, oh, we need justice reform. You know, my cousin is locked up. My mama's locked up and she needs to come home. Meanwhile, you could go to your local rep, your mayor, your governor, maybe even the president if you have that chance. But we're like, oh, I don't want to go to him because he's a Republican, she's a Republican, whatever. I don't care what party you come from. You could be left, right, center. It's irrelevant. But if I'm able to come to you and I'm able to at least have you give me an ear as to what my issue is, I'm going to take advantage of that. That just kind of makes sense logically for anybody thinking with a clear mind that's not clouded by emotion. Now, Kim Kardashian, aside from Jeffrey from Miami and Anne-Marie Johnson, she was also able to help Matthew Charles. Matthew Charles was released because of what Donald Trump did with the First Step Act. After he came home, he still had a felony on his record. Kim Kardashian offered to pay his rent for like a year to get himself back on his feet. But it was a hard time because of the felony record. A lot of the apartment complexes didn't want to rent him because of that. You know, they got certain restrictions and requirements. But due to Kim Kardashian's relentless effort to help this man, Matthew Charles, he was able to get into a place in Nashville, Tennessee. Also in Tennessee, you had Santoya Brown. It was this whole big case about her. I think she killed a pimp or a John or something. It was this whole big thing. And it's kind of some mixed opinions about that. She had been in jail for quite a while. Kim Kardashian wanted to be on her legal defense team and help her get out. She may not have actually been the person that got the case overturned or got her released, but she did get released. Okay. The outgoing governor, Haslam in Tennessee, was able to grant her, I think it was clemency. So she's out of jail right now. That's a beautiful thing. So a lot of these celebrities come out and they talk about how bad Trump is, right? They say, oh, this is a disaster, orange man bad. But where's your actual effort to make things happen that you want to see? You talk about all these things you want to have. You want to have green energy. You want to have this. You want to have that. Where's your action aside from crying and complaining? Go to the man, talk to the man that can make things happen, or whoever you have, your woman, your governor, your mayor, your president. If you have that chance, go to them and talk to them and see what happens. Maybe, just maybe, you could be the next Kim Kardashian. And I don't mean in a negative way. I mean in a positive way as far as being a freedom fighter, getting folks out of the penitentiary. And you may be able to reform the justice system in a greater way. You might be able to get certain laws changed, repealed, amended, or whatever the case may be. This is how governance is supposed to work. This is why so many of us like Trump and wear the MAGA hats, because we understand what he represents. He represents an openness to the presidency. You're not so closed off. You're able to kind of reach out and touch him. He's accessible, and it's in a meaningful way rather than just empty photo shoots and photo ops. You're able to actually talk to him, get certain things done, and get real change, unlike the guy before who just promised hope for change without actually delivering anything. So that's pretty much all I got. What say you? Do you think that it was a good thing for Kim Kardashian to release Jeffrey from Miami? Who else? Anne-Marie Johnson to help with Centoya Brown, Matthew Charles, and many other people? I think that it is, because if that's what you want to do, if you feel like they are in jail and it's an injustice or it's been too long or it should be a lower sentence, then you have the right to be able to petition. Even if I don't agree with some of the guys and girls that were released, that's really irrelevant. I want you to be engaged with the situation that's going on. I want you to really be out there as American citizens rather than just sitting on the sideline and crying and complaining. You know, I can just say, all right, I hate the way that my state, my city, my county, my country is being run. But if I don't go out there and vote, if I don't make my voice heard in a civil and peaceful way, which I have the right to do, then how can I complain? How can I say that things aren't going right and it should be done better when I don't even go out there and make an effort to make any kind of change? Many of us will not be able to talk to the president, go to the Oval Office, just chop it up and say, I want this, I want that, I want this. But you can at least vote. You can at least go to some of these city council meetings and make your voice heard. That's how these things operate. And Kanye West, talk about him right quick before I close on out. People kind of wrote him off. They said, oh, he's crazy. He needs medication. He misses his mom, whatever, whatever. The reality is he's been the exact same way throughout his entire career. Okay. He may have had some bumps in the road here and there with his mental stability, but the reality is that the things that he's saying aren't much different than what he was saying from the very beginning of his career. It's been a continuation of the same person, just with minor setbacks in his personal life, but it's been the same general ideas that have come out of the guy. He's an artistic person. He's able to just express himself in a different kind of way, you know? So I don't think necessarily that he was a direct influence on Kim Kardashian, but I think they help each other out. It might be kind of a balancing act. Whatever it is, I like what she is doing and I like what he is doing. It may not be the exact same thing, but I like that ability to come out here, give you 2 cents, make an impact on the world rather than being on the sideline crying and complaining without even using the right that you're given by the government, given by God, really, which is the right to express yourself and the right to vote. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.